Hi, everybody. Welcome to our mentorship Facebook Live event. Yes.
Nice to see everyone.
Yeah.
So we're going to go around and introduce ourselves.
Do we have any viewers yet?
Not yet, but they'll come in and they can see it. At the end.
Okay.
We know. We were hoping you were all waiting with bating breath to watch it right there.
We hoped you were going to share lunch with us today. So we'll go around and introduce ourselves. My name is Kelly Duttmers. I'm a college counselor at Loyola Academy. I'm one of the co-chairs of mentorship this year.
I'm Sarah English. I'm a post-secondary counselor at Stevenson High School.
I'm Josephine West, and I am the Regional Recruitment Manager for The Ohio State University.
OH.
I
I am Lisa Winker. I am the Chicago Area Regional Coordinator for Indiana State University.
And I'm Sonober Kanji, and I'm the college counselor at Victoria Soto High School.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jennifer Stroh, one of the college counselors at Barrington High School.
Yay.
Yay. All right.
So we have a full list of things that we want to talk about today. So whether it's going to be an hour long, I don't know, but we're going to start off by talking about mentorship in general and how to become a mentor or mentee. We have some notes as well. Yeah.
So let's talk about what is the mentorship committee. We are the best committee. No, just kidding.
No, I think so.
But maybe we are.
We're partial.
But yes, we're obviously very partial to our efforts with IACC and what we do not only for our state association but also just for our members. So as a committee, one of the major things that we do is that I feel like we bridge people together, essentially.
Yes.
Whether it's through mentorship matches and mentors and mentees, or whether it's bringing people together throughout the state with mentorship meetups, which we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah, and hopefully also I think we're part of a resource that IAC has. I know it was a big resource for me when I first got started in the admissions world. So you might want to figure out so how do I get involved with our mentorship committee?
Mm-hmm.
So first, what I would really encourage you to do is to go onto our the IACAC website. So that's IACAC.org. Go on there and then look at the tab that says Programs and Events. There's a little tab and you can do a drop down. When that drop down happens, then you can look at the mentorship program. Click on that mentorship program and then that'll bring you to our page where there's a lot of different things going on there. But for you to become a mentor or a mentee, you can find the application there. And so we do mentorship for both college sides and also the high school side. And then we also do some mentorships for middle management as well. So there's a lot there, whether you're a mentor or a mentee. We always need more mentors, so please, if you've had 3 years experience or more, please sign up and be a mentor, because it doesn't really take a lot of time, and it kind of develops, it's kind of intuitive, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so when you're reaching out to your match that we do for you, we're kind of the matchmakers. And it's kind of like,
Never thought of it that way.
I know. We should be like on TLC and have like mentorship match. Anyway, so we do that for you, and we look at the application, and really, it's a very detailed application for a reason. We want to be able to match you with the best person possible, and then it can be as little as emails, FaceTime. We're going to talk about the mentorship match of the year. Well, they did a lot of their communications virtually. So, do you have anything else?
No, so just if you haven't already gotten involved, whether it's a mentor or a mentee, we would love to have you on board. So please take a look at the website.
Or even on our committee.
Even our committee too. That's a great segue.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to also mention is that we are looking for people to get more involved, especially in central and southern Illinois. And so if you're interested in even just hosting a meetup, contact us. You can reach us even by going onto our website, the IACAC website, and going to the mentorship page. And then there's a little place where it says contact chairs. So Kelly and I happen to be co-chairs, and our colleague Margaret Jones wasn't able to be here today. She's doing some really amazing things today with the lead IACAC lead. So she had to miss today, but
shout out to Margaret.
yeah,
who's
we
our
love Margaret.
other
Yeah.
co-chair.
Yeah. So after you become a mentor or mentee, the other thing we would want you to do is get involved in committees. So, and other things. So we're going to let, I think Josephine.
Are we going to read off?
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, you guys.
No worries.
So much for a perfect Facebook Live. That's never going to happen with me being here.
So along the way at a conference, which will be in April this year, we have so many things going on, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But at conference, we also identify and give an award to the mentorship match of the year. And it could be from the college side or the high school side, either side. And last year, we had a mentor and a mentee match from the high school side. We would have loved to have had them here, and whether it's
we tried
technology.
Yeah, we were attempting to do something a little different. Facebook changed. We were going to do the split screen, and then I found out you could Zoom in and stream from Zoom, but because of our tight schedules, we weren't able to kind of,
have those people here in person with us or even virtually, but we have something to read off from them to just kind of give it insight. So our mentorship match of the year last year was Andrea Rusk, who is a college counselor from Mundelein High School. And then the other college counselor was April Ponte from Oswego High School.
Yeah, and April actually used to be on the college side, so she switched over, so it was a lot for her to, it's a lot different. So,
yes. Yep. So we're going to read off some of their reflections about the mentorship match and what they got out of it and what it really meant to them. So if you want to go first.
So April said, stepping into a new role as a high school counselor was exciting and nerve-wracking, but I was lucky to be paired with mentor through IACAC. I feel like Andrea and I had a connection right away. As mentor, she took the time to listen to my thoughts and feelings about being in a new job. Having her there to talk me through this transition and relating things back to her years of experience really put my mind at ease. Although meetings couldn't be in person, she made sure to check in on me though through emails, phone calls, which made me feel really important. I still feel like I had Andrea by my side when I needed advice about tough situations, as well as guidance when it came to new projects and ideas that she needed feedback on. I loved having Andrea as my mentor. She is my biggest cheerleader, my go-to guru. I love that.
That's nice.
And she became a great role model for me. It's year 2, and not only do I feel more confident in my job, but I feel confident that I made a great friend. IACAC is filled with amazing individuals in our professions. That's an understatement, but yeah. If you have the privilege to be mentored by another experienced member, know that you will always be in good hands.
Oh, that's really great.
Awesome.
So this was April's mentor, Andrea Rusk, again, college counselor from Mundelein High School. And this is what Andrea said about her mentorship relationship with April. Serving as a mentor and working with April was an extremely rewarding experience. Our schools aren't too close to each other, so meeting in person wasn't something that happened regularly, but emails and phone calls worked wonders, and we were able to communicate regularly throughout the year. I was able to use my experience as a generalist counselor to provide some, hopefully helpful, advice to April, and her ideas were energizing for me. I felt so lucky to be paired with someone who will undoubtedly continue to be a strong professional in our organization. If you're considering being a mentor but are worried about the commitment, I say take the risk and try it out. You might be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I don't think that it takes as much time as what people think. So please don't feel intimidated to make that commitment, because I do think it's really important. You gain friends, and really, I was a mentee and have been a mentor. And through even being the mentor, I think I learned just as much as being a mentee.
It's great. It's a great reflection piece almost of how much you do
I know.
already.
Even my last year's mentee, I'm still learning from her. She's teaching me so much, so really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so now I think we're going to move on to how you can become more involved in IACAC through a bunch of different avenues. So Sanober and Josephine, I'm like, where are they? Here they are. They're going to
Here
talk
we
to you
are.
next.
Great.
All right, we're going to talk about how to get involved in IACAC. So you want to go ahead and start?
Sure, yeah. So one of the ways to get involved in ICAC, we have something that's called district seminar. So throughout the different districts in Illinois, there's these mini sessions. I feel like it's like a low risk and high return kind of deal, because I know a lot of people can't come to our annual conference, which is like a big commitment. But this is a way for people all throughout Illinois to kind of get involved and get these super relevant hot topic sessions, which we all find to be really informative. So you get to hear about the high school side, community college, and the four-year side. So every time I've gone, I've learned a ton, and it's only a half-day commitment. So our upcoming ones are March 6th at Parkland, March 10th in McHenry, March 11th at DePaul, March 13th, there's 3 locations, so Dominican, Lewis, and NIU. And then March 17th, we have Rend Lake, and finally March 27th at Augustana. And all of these things are also listed on the district seminar page on the ICC website, so you don't have to remember that. But just to let you know that we are expanding, we didn't even have this many sessions before, so the goal is to get to as many people in Illinois as possible.
Yeah, definitely. So, and another thing then, it's to piggyback off that, is coming to our conference. So we have our annual conference every year, and this year it's at the Westin in Itasca again, and it's April 22nd through the 24th. And so it's wonderful. That Wednesday, it's a full day. That Thursday is a full day, and then usually that Friday it's just till about noon. But we really encourage you to register for that, and that is opening on February. So the registration will open for that in February. Oh, hi, Jessica. Jessica just joined. So, just to give you some ideas, we will have a session, Mentorship will have a session, and that's typically going to be on Wednesday. And then we will also have a mentorship reception on Wednesday, and that's usually about 4 o'clock. So stick around, don't rush home. We have drink tickets. And so that's the magic word. So stay, and we'll mingle at the reception. Our session will be on the importance of mentorship, and then we'll have our mentorship reception. So we do hope you stay. At conference, there's so many different sessions for you to go to. So, as soon as the schedule comes up, kind of look through which ones you want to attend. There is entertainment Wednesday and Thursday night. So there's, full day of things for you to do at conference. So I do get so much out of it, and I hope you can go. And if you haven't gone, and you want some ideas of how to get approved for it, that is also on the website, as well as some professional grants that you should look into. And we'll talk a little bit later about that too. So,
And there's still time
Yes.
to volunteer.
yeah, so that goes into the next point, which is volunteering. So a really good way to get involved in IACAC is just to start volunteering. So, once I first joined, which was about 11 years ago, I did mentorship, and I've been on it since. It is the best committee. But I'm on Professional Connections too, and I love that one as well. But, just get involved, meet new people. You'll figure out things that you want to do and become passionate about. I truly do believe in mentorship, and so that's a great committee. But then there's also conference committees to join. So you just go on IACAC's website and join a committee. Conference is such a good way to meet people. So I first did the scanners, and then I was in charge of raffles. So definitely volunteer. That's how you can definitely get involved, and join a committee, join a few. Don't over enroll, but do like one conference committee and like one regular committee. Try to come to our meetups. That's a really good way to get to know people too. So come to our meetups, go to the district seminars. So there's tons for you to do and get involved in. So, take advantage of that, and it's such a wonderful organization to be a part of. Yeah, so I think we're going to talk about like mentorship happenings and meetups, which is really, which kind of is a segue because that's how you can meet people on both sides of the desk. So, I have a lot of friends on the high school side, and so you might be on the high school side, want to meet more college and vice versa. So at the meetups is a really good way. And through IACAC, we're just trying to do so much more to, have us come together and share ideas. So I think Kelly and Lisa are going to come talk about meetups and things that are happening.
I feel like, are we in the same seats? I think we're in the same seats. I know. We're not really changing it up
No,
all
we're
that
not.
much.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, so I want to
Consistency.
see who's there. Oh, look at Courtney, Jessica, and then, yeah, Josephine's really good about
Chiming in.
yeah,
Thanks.
helping us
Thanks,
keep track of
Josephine.
all of it. So we have some meetups that are coming up, which are, again, like Josephine said, a really great time to mingle with people, to put a lot of faces or names to faces. So I think that they're really fun. A lot of them are super fun. So the next one that we're looking at is Bradley is coming up on March 5th. After their college fair down in Central Illinois, they'll have a meetup. And so more information will also be coming out onto our listserv and on our website. So also watch that, plus our social media on this Facebook page, our Instagram. I think that's right. We have those two platforms.
So
And then, yeah.
And then the other one, so another thing to mention about the mentorship meetups, there's several different types of opportunities that we're trying to provide. Mentorship meetups at their most basic foundation is just a place for all of our members to come together. So one thing I just want to mention is that you don't have to be a part of our committee to go to a meetup. We're a very inclusive committee, and we just want to be able to bridge community together.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a mentor or a mentee
Yeah.
either to also come. It's just a really nice time. We try to organize a time span in which our matches have the opportunity to meet up, and then anybody else is also welcomed. So
yes,
yeah.
it's just a great time to, again, yes, meet people and network. So one of the initiatives that we've been trying to do that's a little different that we started last year was pairing up with NACAC Reads and their efforts to do something different where we're, yes, still bridging community together, but we're doing so in a different, more structured way. And so we started IACAC Reads last year. We read a wonderful book called Becoming by Michelle Obama, and we had several participants both in person, which is great, but if those members weren't able to be there in person, we were also doing it remotely. So we had people throughout the state join us, which is really great because we want more participation and we want to be more inclusive with those that are not just in the Chicagoland area. So we would like to mention that on March 11th, there's going to be the district seminar at DePaul, and we are hoping to host the next IACAC Reads after the district seminar at DePaul. Granted, if you are not physically able to be present there, that's perfectly fine, but you can always join us remotely. So we do have a poll that hopefully was sent out into the Facebook universe. I think so, because
Yeah.
Sarah English is so amazing.
Yeah, thank God.
Yes,
Thank
awesome.
God for Sarah.
Okay, so we have some responses. That's exciting. So just to kind of recap, if you didn't see the poll, definitely try to go to it. NACAC Reads did not come out with their books, so we can't necessarily pair up with them just yet right now, but we came up with two books that I think our members might be interested in. So one of the books is White Fragility, Why It's So Hard for White People to Talk About Racism by Robin DiAngelo and Michael Eric Dyson. So that's one of them. And then the other one is called The Truth About College Admission by Brennan Barnard and Rick Clark. Brennan, so I think all of us who look at our NACAC listserv, we can see many articles and emails written by him. He's a very prominent person on the high school side, and then Rick Clark is also a prominent person on the admissions side who's at Georgia Tech. So they paired up together and they wrote this book.
So the books too that Kelly's talking about, because we all are so busy, and we all get that, but they are geared so it makes us not just better people, but better professionals. And Kelly had mentioned too that between her family life and work life, she ends up doing a lot of audiobooks, right?
Yes, yes. So
So-
I found them on, I use what's something called Audible, and it's connected to Amazon. Interestingly enough, when I had read one of the other books earlier this year, I had, unbeknownst to myself, but that's okay. I'm making fun of myself publicly right now. That's all right. But I had, unbeknownst to myself, had signed up for a month commitment on Audible. But the cool thing about that is that a book that would normally cost $20, now because I'm like a member and I use 1 credit a month, I'm only paying $14.99. So that's something to be aware of.
Go to the library.
You can go to the library, check out the book. But yes, for myself, I have an almost 3-year-old at home, and I work full time. My husband works full time, so I don't find a lot of time even to just do me sometimes. But I do have half-hour commutes, so I have found that is a really nice way to try to get something in. And honestly, when I'm waking up in the morning, when I listen to my books, it's very thought-provoking, and I feel like it like recharges me for my day. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah. So so that's going to be an exciting. I really like.
Opportunity,
Yeah, I
yes.
like the 2 books that we've looked at too.
So just make sure you go to the poll. The poll will be live for the next 24 hours. And so whatever the winner is the one that we're going to go with for
Yay.
the IACC Reads March 11th.
So so that brings us to. I mean, March is just packed with a bunch of meetup opportunities. So we have, like, in the past, we've had a T-shirt exchange right after the 214 fair. And this year, District 214's College Fair is on March 31st. Instead of just calling it the T-shirt exchange, we're going to call it the swag exchange because, you know, not everybody has T-shirts, and those people who do have some swag, bring some extra, because we know that a lot of people on the high school side don't have that. So bring something for them. But last year we had a really great turnout, and it was a lot of fun. We played a little game so that you were able to have kind of a leaderboard of who got to pick T-shirts first and so on. But it was really nice. And so look for more information coming up about that. That's right after the college fair, the District 214 College Fair. After that, I know Josephine and Snowbird had mentioned the reception at conference. That's always so fun, and tons of people come, and we usually have some sort of little kind of game for that as well, but some really good music. I think Omar in charge of music last year? Kenya, Omar, someone had a really great playlist. So hopefully Omar will do that again this year because he knows music. Maybe even do a little karaoke for us, Omar, if you're out there. And so we have the reception at conference. That's a really good one. And then we have some other ones that are going to be coming up too over the summer. But one that we talked about that I think that everybody's really going to like is IACAC service or serves. IAC serves. And so what we're going to do is try to find come
together and
Thank
do
you.
community service together. So
on the same on the same day during the same, maybe the same time, but yeah.
And it's another way. Again, we've always had mentorship meetups, which are great, and we're just looking for other ways to not only, again, build community, but then also now give back to community. So we have a lot of different ideas that we're brewing, and
So
we're excited
stay
about it.
tuned for that, because there's going to be a lot of information coming forth with that, but we want to involve the whole state. So if you have a community service organization or some ideas within your community, please reach to us and let us know so that we can try to get that incorporated within that day. And the other thing that we have talked about too, it'd be a great time for you to be able to also bring your family in with that. So if your students need maybe community service hours, they can participate with you. It's a really great way. We work together with so many people. I know my kids have heard me talk about Kelly, and who's Kelly? Well, if they come to one of these, then they get to meet her. So this will be a really great opportunity where, we're trying to change things up so not everything is at a bar or a pub, which we like too, but just a little bit. We want to keep our meetups diverse
Yes.
in its setting as well. So so to be announced soon. You'll hear about IACAC serves, and then some more meetups in the summer. That information should be coming
And
forth
last year
too.
we hosted a kickball tournament. Our wonderful Jen Stroh had hosted that last year.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll do something kind of active, literally active. I think we had gotten such great feedback from that. So
Picnic or something.
picnic,
That's
something like that. And then the other thing just to mention, we will be having later in March a March Madness
Oh, I
meetup.
missed that one,
That's
didn't
okay, no worries.
Sorry.
So we'll be having that. Our
Sonobers
wonderful
like this?
Sonober Kanji will be hosting it.
Yeah.
So more information will be forthcoming, but maybe it'll be in Chicago or something in the city.
Probably be in the
Okay,
city.
so for all of you guys that are in the city, please come.
We can also do the March Madness throughout the state too. So if anybody's interested in hosting anywhere else in the state, please contact one of us so that we can, give you that same information. Make sure that you're within our budget so that we can buy some, provide some appetizers and stuff for that meetup. So yeah.
Okay, great. And next we're going to be going on to knowing your resources.
Yes. Like I had said earlier, IACAC is a plethora of resources, mentorship being one of them. And so we have Jen
And
Sarah.
Hello, in case you missed our beginning intros, I'm Sarah English, one of the post-secondary counselors at Stevenson High School.
And I'm Jen Stroh from Barrington High School.
And I would say we both have been new in this profession at one point, as the rest of us have. And especially in the high school side, I feel like it can be sometimes a lone island if there's not a lot of counselors in your group, or you don't get an opportunity to really leave your building and get more professional development ideas. So knowing your resources are really important. And we'll talk a lot about many different resources that are available, but maybe we'll just start with IACAC specific. So one of them is the professional development grants that we want to make sure we highlight, that we know that a lot of people on the high school side may be paying out of their own pocket for the ability to go to conference or to do some of the other development that we'll talk about here in a few minutes. And IACAC is really good about these professional development grants to help you. So if you are in a school district that doesn't have a lot of resources, isn't able to help you pay for it, you can apply for these grants to go to IACAC's conference or district seminars or the bus plane or mini fun. And I believe they've even helped with NACAC at times too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, again, for being fairly new to the profession, it's always good to know that there are these great professional development opportunities out there, and we don't want funding to be the reason that you're not participating in these things. So just know that things like information regarding the Bus of Fun or Plane of Fun, whatever it may be that year, or even the bike. They have bike tours now,
Which I thought was an April
which
Fool's
is
joke
awesome.
originally. It's like, really?
So we want, all professionals, high school side and college side, to know that there's all these great resources out there. So just take advantage of them, and that can all be found on the IACAC website as well. So just don't be shy to reach out and ask. And I think, again, going back to putting yourself out there and asking, is knowing that getting involved in committees really will connect you. As you can probably tell throughout this whole Facebook Live, our whole mission is just to connect everybody and make you feel like you have supports and resources. So don't be shy to, when you jump in on a committee, start making those connections and reaching out to those people one-on-one, whether it's for something in your own organization or your own high school, I should say, or college, or just for your own personal insights. Just really relying on the people that you're connecting with is so important.
And I think we kind of alluded to some of the other great, we talked about the district seminars and the state conference. Mm-hmm. There's also some great opportunities over the summer, in particular the Bus of Fun, Plane of Fun, and Mini Bus of Fun, which Jen and I have both been a part of for many years. She's sitting this one out, I believe.
Yes, I am.
For good reason. But we have found them so helpful. So what it is like 40 people of us hop on a bus of fun every other year, or a plane to get to a bus, where we see somewhere between the ballpark of 10 to probably 14 schools in 6 days. It's kind of ambitious, it's kind of crazy, but it's a lot of fun, very informative. We usually are hosted by universities to help cut down and defray the costs, where we will get an information session, a tour, usually a chance to talk with students, and then we usually do about 2 schools a day depending on how far of a drive between schools. So like this summer, we're I think going to Oregon, Washington, and for the first time we're heading up to Canada. We're international this year and back down. So we're super excited. And on the years that they do the Planet Fun, there's also a mini bus of fun. And that typically is in 4 days in length. So that one is still going on as well.
So again, it's all about networking. Like this is an incredible opportunity to not only meet other high school counselors throughout the state that are part of that are joining you on these trips, but you're meeting these great professionals at these awesome institutions, and obviously learning more information for your own students. So networking is huge with these opportunities.
And I would say, like any of you out there that have other ideas about knowing your resources, feel free to chime in on the comments. I know we talked last year as well about some additional ways for us in the high school sides that sometimes feel isolated in our offices, how to connect. I love that IACAC is doing a lot more professional development through Zoom or through Facebook Live. I know we're both very active readers and participants, because we know sometimes it feels a little scary, on the IACAC listserv, which is a great way to get more information of who's doing what and how is this going on. We also, I know last year we were discussing about Facebook groups, and I was unaware of one that mentioned, I think Kelly, you mentioned it was like Wonder Woman in Admission, which is one that I'm a part of. There's college admissions group counselors, and then there's also an Accept group that I'm a part of that talks about race and diversity and equity, which has really given me a lot of thought-provoking ideas and concepts this year myself.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, again, it's just knowing that these opportunities are out there, and even if you are unsure of where to start, again, referencing the listserv, if somebody puts in a question or something that you're interested in, don't be shy to reach out and go to them directly and say, hey, can you share more information about that? Or can you connect me to maybe more information for this? I love that we're a part of such a great profession where everybody is truly trying to better one another, not just themselves. So, really diving in with both feet to say, like, I'm going to start reaching out and using my resources and connecting with other people is going to just make you a better professional.
And I honestly say, like, I think we're in such a unique profession where I've never encountered a soul in this profession in any capacity that is not sweet, caring, wanting to help and to share. Like it's really, this profession I think is unique in that opportunity, and it's amazing. I've never encountered someone who's like, oh, I'm not gonna talk with you or help you along in this journey, and we have been benefits of that. So we hope that that continues on through the mentorship and even bigger. So I think we're going to move on to work-life balance, which we're all going to come back on for that.
Everyone kind of scooch in.
I'll scooch out. Okay.
I know.
I don't need to be primed. All right.
So I think one of the last topics we're going to talk about is work-life balance. So we're really lucky because we have high school and college represented here. And so I think I'll touch on the college part where we're on the road, regional. So what I do, and I just kind of made a list, is, starting even now until like May, we're in our cars a lot. So we live in our cars.
Some of us more than others.
Yeah. So basically I listen to books on tape, which we have our book coming up, so get that, or good music. I listen to Hamilton every day. So if you find something you like, always have water in your car. I have snacks in my car. I try to walk, so I try to park far so I can walk, so getting some exercise. When we have those long days from 6 in the morning to 10 at night, I don't look at my email when I get home. So just trying to make sure everything is away. So those are just some little things. And then for me, being having kids, it's really managing them because sometimes you're gone. So having dinners kind of planned out in advance too, meal prep. And something that's
not
easy
that I'm really
for,
great at that. I try to be.
yeah, something that's easy for them. If you have teenagers, they can warm it up. So just kind of thinking ahead.
Those home fresh meal things though are really good too. For
Yeah.
both, since all of us are away working.
I don't know if Annabelle's listening though. She has some really good meal preps if you want to
Yeah.
reach out to her too. So Annabelle's really good at that, and she's at the University of Iowa. So reach out to her. But just meal prep, and then just like take time for yourself if you can exercise. But the key is like those water and snacks and like walking. And so that's what I try to
Yeah,
do.
try to keep
Yeah.
at least in my car, I have like a shoebox, a clear shoebox
Mhm.
that I've tried keeping things like a Tide stick, because how
Yeah.
many Tide sticks do you think? Yeah, Tide sticks are important. Things like aspirin or Tylenol or whatever, a lint roller, like all of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Eye drops.
Yeah, just little
Mhm.
things, gum, mints, hand sanitizer.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a big one, especially with
Yeah.
I don't even want to say
It was
it.
everything.
The coronavirus
Yeah.
going around. You want to make sure that that you're staying far enough away from fist bump. That's going to be my pro
Yeah.
tip for spring. I'm not shaking people's hand. I'll fist bump or do the elbow, but I'm not. Yeah, got a lot of students who want to walk up and they want to try to be professional, because they're trying to do, adulting 101, be very businesslike, and they want to shake your hand, which is great, but if they knew how many hands we've shook, they probably wouldn't want to shake our hands after that. So I'm pro fist bump and elbow this spring. So
And
Great tip.
I think for the high school side, kind of to piggyback off of what Joe was saying, like, I don't know about you guys, but I am awful at getting out of my office. I will eat my lunch in my office. I will be checking emails. I don't get up for even 15 minutes to just take a walk around the building. And I really, 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 especially now that I am with child, trying to make an effort to get up for just 15 minutes and just do a few laps in the building, just because you have to do that self-care in order to be the best counselor you can be. So
Well, and I think piggybacking off that, because I know your office is similar to mine, where we don't get any windows.
yeah, no windows.
And-
Mine either. Then.
Yeah, they are.
It's
And
all in
when-
the closets. No,
Yeah.
just kidding.
This is our petition for
Yes, we need windows. But during the months of January and February are always the hardest, because we're locked in our offices in a lot of ways. We're coming in when it's kind of dusk.
Right.
We're leaving when it's kind of dusk. So keeping stashed on my vitamin D. I have a little vitamin D happy light too. But also trying to make sure I physically
get
get
one of
out
those.
to see the daylight a little bit. Just makes a little bit of difference if I can do it.
Same. So piggybacking off of them, I do that. I just started that this year. So my office has no windows, but luckily our whole building has like glass windows everywhere. Not safe, but pretty. And so I take laps around the school, and it has helped me get to know different parts of the school
Yes,
better,
that's true.
different people in the school that I don't normally talk to. So like overall, it has helped me. I got to learn where some of the staff members go to college, or they're like, hey, I know of this scholarship for your student. So I hear that just doing what you
Right.
said,
That's good.
taking a walk around the school, So you never know what you're going to learn by changing up your routine, I feel like.
I've been using a diffuser. I've just got one right before Christmas, and just having that like kind of relaxing smell, and mine also has like these like chimey kind of noises. It's calming, and these guys can tell you I'm very like, I get very anxious very easily. Just even this has been pretty stressful. So like that kind of brings me back to center, and it makes me focus really well as well. So I kind of am chill
That's
with
good.
that. It's been really
Yeah.
helpful to me.
Self-care is number one.
Yes. One of the things I love about the Accept group is they've talked about self-care Sunday and what you do on Sunday to try to like really have a little self-care. And it makes me more mindful of like Sunday I need to do an activity that recharges me, even if I am working over the weekend on things. Like I need to take time on Sunday for me to be ready.
That's a good idea.
I started watching this. So sometimes like you said, January, February, it's tough to like go out and be healthy. And so I started like following a yoga channel on YouTube called Yoga with Adrienne. And she has like little clips of videos, and they're geared towards different things. So like stress related yoga or prenatal. So they're like, you can go in her channel and pick something like you're feeling that day, and then watch the video and do it. So that's been helping me a lot to piggyback off that self-care thing.
One other. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna unfortunately go back to the at school opportunities that you have for, again, being newer to the profession. we talked about it at our last Facebook Live, and it was so reassuring to hear that other people try and follow the 24-hour rule for your emails.
Oh, yeah.
I think for everybody that's getting new, like that's kind of new to the profession or any career, right? You're trying to impress and trying to be on it. But it is really reassuring to know that everybody's trying to find that work-life balance. So when your colleagues are saying it's okay to have a 24-hour rule for emails or communication back to student or family, it's kind of reassuring that you don't have to be Johnny on the spot all the time. So just
Very
another
true.
thing
Yeah,
to
that's
think
so
about.
Yeah, my boss actually said 90% of the time admissions, anything admissions and, you know, involved is not a dire emergency. So, you know, it'll be there tomorrow.
Mhm.
So just, and I think if whatever we show our students too, what we're going to accept, lets them know what to expect. So, you know, if we don't get back to them right away, I mean, it's nice if you can, but I do also like that sometimes I'll email people. I know, I want to say I emailed April about her mentorship match of the year response, and I actually got an email in response letting us know that she was, you know, my email was important and she'll get back, but she's, you know, it kind of said what she was doing,
Yeah,
you know, with
I
her
was-
students right now
To
too.
piggyback off you, I was literally just going to hit that. So for me, my
Yeah, I think you had the same.
yes,
a
I
similar-
have that too. I started doing that to make myself not feel anxious. So
Mhm.
I'm like the only.
Apparently, I need to take.
I'm the only college counselor, and my demographic of students is primarily first gen, and so I always feel like, oh, if I'm not answering their question, like who's answering their question? So I have started to, like, if I'm away for a bit, like just putting in the common things that they might be asking me in my away message or something makes me feel like, okay, I'm still like addressing you even without addressing you.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that's helped me.
Yeah, I know a lot of the emails that I've seen like that have links. So if a student needs something, there's a link there or a phone number. So that's really helpful.
I think keeping with self-care, I am one that has email on my phone. I do check my email off hours, but part of my issue is I get really anxious and stressed by coming in the morning and having 30 emails to pile through when I start to have kids walking in. So I kind of use the strategy of like looking at my emails to know, like, is there anything I can reply back really quick with an answer? Is there anything like, this is just FYI and I got it? And then kind of just leaving the top few to be that are left in there, like meatier things that I'm going to need to process and spend more time on. But it makes me less stressed and in a better space in the morning if I go in and not have like 30 emails to have to pour through right off the bat coming in.
Yeah, if I can answer it fast, I will, but I definitely don't try to take it into bed with me. my phone.
Yeah.
So if I'm telling my kids like no screen time before bed, I'm trying to stick
Right.
with that as well. But
Yeah, I'd also say utilize your sick days that you have because you don't get reimbursed. Well, you don't. You know, you don't get
Just
reimbursed
take
if you
them.
have to leave. Yeah. So if you have to leave the school or institution you're with, you know, they don't pay you for those. So they'll pay you for unused vacation because I think that's law, but not the sick days or sick times. And a lot of us, I know I've been to numerous occasions where I, you know, sitting here using an inhaler or wearing a mask and things like that where I should really be at home because I just feel like, oh, I made that commitment, but utilize your sick time if you are sick because otherwise you're getting other people sick. So,
And I'll piggyback off of that one. So segueing from physical care, I think there's another idea of like emotional care, right? Emotional self-care. One thing that I've been kind of experiencing this year being in a new position has been some pretty heavy imposter syndrome. I work with amazing colleagues and you know, I always have to remind myself
Adding the imposter syndrome.
No, you led right into that. No, I'm sorry. That's funny. But so yes, they are amazing, and
but you're awesome
I am good too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
thank you. No.
You're
That's
awesome.
funny. Yes. But I think also like it's really easy, anyone, whether you're new at your job and you have amazing colleagues or, you know, you've been in your job for 2 or 3 or 4 years, you know, you have certain expectations not only from your administration, but then also from yourself. And I think for this year, dealing with imposter syndrome has made me very aware just of my emotional reactions to things, to myself, and This year I've actually taken a step back, I think, in certain ways, and I've realized it's quality and not quantity. So I've learned to like say no, not within my new job, but just external things, so that it's not overloading me and I'm not feeling like I'm burning out anymore. So that's been something I've been very mindful of, and it's actually been super freeing to be able to say no sometimes. Again, not at my job, like outside, you know, different pressures I might have. So also give yourself that chance to just, you know, decompress and say no. It's okay.
Yeah, I think that's a really great point, because I think too, most of us in this industry are very type A. Otherwise, I mean, most of us that are active, at least in IAC, ACIC, is we all have a lot of leadership skills. And so we put a lot of high expectations upon ourselves. So that's exactly right. I mean, just even taking this chair role, right? We had to step into this role. You had been here for a year in the role, but to take place of, you know, Josephine and right, you guys had a great team. And so to step into that and try to keep the expectations and everything going, you know, it's been, it's added stress, but it's a good thing too. Like you feel so good after you do it. Like I can't wait to. I love Facebook Live, but I can't wait to go home and just relax after this.
Yeah, and with that, like with IACC, we talk about each other, and so we are such a great group. And you know, IACC, and then I always say CAR, like I love my CAR people. But bounce ideas off each other. Like I literally just sat down with a friend in CAR, and we went through the calendars. And you know, it's quality over quantity. And an example was like Barrington had a fair last night I was at, and the quality was wonderful. So like just kind of making sure you're hitting the quality over quantity, and so not trying to like stretch yourself out at all these fairs that maybe won't be great for you. So I'm trying to focus more on quality. So it seems to be like making me healthier as a person, you know, being a little bit more selective. Then I could spend more time with students and talk to them. So
I hear great fairs at Loyola Academy.
Yeah, but just use each other. Use each other. Definitely. So I think we wanted to open up to the group. Anyone else have work-life balance questions or answers?
Or just questions in
We
general
wanted
too.
to open it up to the group. If anyone
Do you guys have questions?
for us, you want us to make sure
Please
we
ask
answer.
them. Look at no, we're all
Anybody
waiting.
Come on, Sheila, I see you.
Hi, Sheila.
I see you here. Jessica, I see you. Jennifer, I think, is on. Wallace, I think, is on.
Yeah,
We're just calling you
Come on, my friends. So just
like,
use
oh,
us
you called us up.
definitely. And join mentorship. It could be either on the committee, because we're tons of fun, or become a mentor. We really could use some more mentors, and especially on the high school side. We get a lot on the college side, but also, you know, Southern Central Illinois definitely could use you guys.
We
your
really want to round
expertise.
the state out. So
And I'm just going to touch on IACAC Serve, so we're going to be sending out an announcement on that. Like, if you know of an organization that could use help with setting up their college or career center or meeting with students or things like that, we're going to be asking for that information, because we have a lot to give, not just with, you know, going to fairs and meeting with students, but we'd love to give back to the community. So
absolutely.
when that goes out, shoot us the organizations that you might work with, food pantries that you know can use some help, anything like that. We want to serve. So IACC reads and we serve. So
And don't forget to take the poll if you haven't
Yeah.
already. Take the IACC Reads poll. Look at the two books, The Truth About College Admission and White Fragility. So get your vote in now.
yeah, I voted.
I know. You guys,
Great stickers. I voted.
Yeah.
IACC Reads.
I was gonna say, send us love. Let's see. Can you guys like send us? Let us know that you're still watching, or maybe they're not. They just have us on. And they're, you know. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
good.
thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Thank
Have
you
a
guys
great
so much.
weekend.